Today I have 5 tips for traveling with children. Number 1 is to always bring water and snacks. This one seems really obvious, but a lot of the time we don't bring enough. So we usually bring water bottles for each one of the children, and then we also bring a baba keg, which is a big container that we fill with water, and then we can use it to refill the water bottles as needed when we're out and about. In the summertime it's especially important, so we have that extra baba keg to refill all the water bottles. And we also bring snacks. Another one that seems obvious, but a lot of the time we also don't bring enough of those. It's also good to bring snacks that aren't messy. So I like to bring the larger crackers versus goldfish crackers to give them so that they don't just spill the crackers all over the place. We also give them pretzels as well as granola bars, just basically anything that's not super sticky. We do give them fruits as well. We will sometimes cut them up ahead of time so that they can have little bowls of fruit rather than having their apple and then not being able to do anything with the core or just throwing it on the floor, which the 2-year-old has the tendency to do. So it's basically preparing ahead of time and making sure that you have enough snacks and enough water. Number 2 would be a change of clothes. This one also is a little bit obvious because we all know that children get messy, get dirty, get wet. So if you are out and about and this happens to your child, it's always nice to have a change of clothes for them in your vehicle so that they are not walking around in wet or dirty clothes, especially if you have to go out to dinner or lunch while you're out and then your child is covered in mud. That's really not a good thing to have to sit down at dinner with your child who is covered in mud and wet and cranky. So we bring a change of clothes for each one of our children. It changes from the summer to the winter because you obviously need something cooler in the summer and something warmer in the winter. And you also need to change the sizes when time passes because it's not fun to go and try and change your child when they are in a size 6 and you have only size 5 clothes for them. Number 3 would be to bring blankets with you. Typically the fleece ones work best. We use Snuggies. Snuggies work really well for over top of car seats as well as over regular seat belts because they can put them on over top of the seat belt and still have their hands free because Snuggies are blankets with arms. And so you can use those over top of the car seats or the seat belts really easily without having them go under the straps, which actually makes it not very safe for the children because if their coat or their blanket compresses in an accident, which it will do if it's puffier, then your straps will not hold your child in. So that's why we like the Snuggies, which go over top, and those stay in the car year round in the back in the ottoman thing that's in there. There's a video tour of our van that I posted, and I will link somewhere for that. Haven't quite figured that part out yet. Number 4 would be to bring some sort of entertainment. We let our children bring books as well as one pet or toy with them, and then we also have some tablets that we got that were $30 each, so they were really cheap. And then we found cases for them at the dollar store for a couple dollars, so overall it was fairly inexpensive and it's not a big deal if they drop them or break them. And those tablets have memory cards that hold about 20 movies on them, so the kids can each have their own tablet and watch their own movies when it's too dark for them to be reading in the car or playing. We also keep things like coloring books and crayons as well as magnetic games that I found at the dollar store to keep them occupied on long drives or when we're waiting for something, such as at appointments. A lot of the time Dustin doesn't want to come in with all the children, so he will wait the 15 minutes outside with them and they will just color, read, watch a movie on their tablet or play a game with each other. And the last thing is a potty. We have toddlers and have pretty much had toddlers for the last 10 years. So they've always been either potty training or in diapers. We have a travel potty and it actually screws down and you can put a little bag in there so that when they're done you just tie the bag and throw it out. But we typically don't use the bag because it's usually just pee that they have to go while we're out and about, so we can just rinse out the potty. But it's really neat because it's one that kind of, you turn it and it gets a bit taller for them to sit on, and it's very helpful for toddlers who are potty training when you're going on long drives because we've had 3 girls in a row and girls can't really stand to pee on the side of the road, whereas the boys can. I really used it with the boys very much, but with the girls they need to sit down in order to go pee. except for if you are in the city, it's not the best idea to just open the door and allow your toddler to pee in a parking lot. So if one of them needs to pee while you're in a parking lot, we do get the boys to, well, not the boys, we do get Barristan to sit down on the potty in the van. So again, that's 5 tips. Number 1 being snacks and water, 2 being a change of clothes, 3 being blankets, 4 being entertainment, and 5 being a portable toilet for your potty training toddlers. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up to let me know if you want more videos like this, and also subscribe to see more.